Minnesota Public Radio is sponsored by Devour Foods. Do you know someone with a frozen food porn addiction? Why not spice up the moods in your kitchen with Devour Foods?
Coffee and cigarettes.
Welcome back to Coffee and Cigarettes. My name is Liptar McDouche, and we are very excited to get back on the air. We have went on a month-long hiatus, and today is actually our station's Founders Day. So we'd like to celebrate by talking to one of the founding fathers himself from heaven, former President Thomas Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson, I'm very excited. Welcome to the show.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Is that you, Thomas Jefferson?
No, this is former President Ronald Reagan. I was told to call this number and inform the other end that President Jefferson is busy with his 200 black children and all month long in all their black history. I'll be filling in for him today.
It is an honor to meet you, President Reagan, but the station would prefer one of the founding fathers, if possible, and preferably somebody who's not a Republican.
Well, just because I wasn't one of the founding fathers of this country, I can't be on your show. I am a founding father of tearing down walls. That's right, and telling kids to say no to drugs. Well, that was mainly my beautiful wife, Nancy Reagan, who did the drugs thing. But I did tear down the Berlin Wall with my bare hands.
Well, I suppose we can go on with this interview, President Reagan. Tell me, what is it like up there in heaven right now?
Oh, it's a hoot, let me tell you. We got 2 celebrations going on this month. It's President's Day, as you know. I'm a president, and of course it's it's Black History Month up here, just like it is down there. Me and former President John F. Kennedy are fixing to play beer pong against former President Taft and Ulysses S. Grant. Well, I've never seen anyone drink like that President Taft before. He's got a big belly, I tell you, filled with beer.
Well, Mr. President, I'm afraid beer is a conduit for toxic male masculinity, and most people here at the station drink that White Claw sparkling water alcohol instead, especially me. I love it. It just doesn't, it's not as bitter, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Was that White Claw? What is sparkling water alcohol? I'm sorry. Well, as you might know, real men and real women drink beer up here in heaven, and we all play beer pong on Saturdays. And speaking of real men, here comes a swell fella himself, Mr. John F. Kennedy.
Hey there, Dutch. Is that the call girl service on the phone there? Here, come here and give me the telephone.
No, it's not the call girl service, you chowder-eating Mick. It's the public radio station in the state of Minnesota. That's right, the only state that voted against me in the 1984 election. How was that landslide, Walter Mondale? Is he on the phone?
Hey there, Dutch. Give me that there phone.
No, get back. I'm talking to Walter Mondale.
Dutch, give it here. Hello there, citizen. This is Bobby Kennedy, not John F. Kennedy. Is this the Girls to You from Electric Boogaloo? Because this is definitely not the handsomer John F. Kennedy. This is Bob F. Kennedy. I wrote you guys a check for $1,000 to get some nice broads up in here to play beer pong for President's Day celebration. What are you wearing right now, honey? Why don't you give the old RFK a preview taste of the goods there?
Mr. President, I am no female, and this is not a call girl service. This is Minnesota Public Radio.
Holy smokes there, Dutch. Did you hear the voice of this broad on the phone? Honey, you need to lay off the Lucky Strikes. You sound like a young boy who drinks a lot of soy milk there. Now, take off your top.
Oh no, here comes Jackie O, John, and Nancy. Get off the phone. Give it here. Jeez. Sorry about that. John, as you know, still has his sexual addiction up here. Apparently you still have that in heaven. Well, he was doing well until Jackie O died, and she came up here and saw him with Marilyn Monroe. And let me just say, you you should be glad you were down on Earth for that one. So what's your next question there?
Well, Mr. President, I'm actually quite curious what other people up there in heaven with you. Was God pretty lenient in letting a lot of people in, or do you think he was a little more strict on entrance?
That is a fantastic question. Well, as you know, the Lord forgives those who seek it. So sadly, a lot of people, especially lawyers, they found a loophole in that you could get your forgiveness right before death. So we have some characters up here. I'll just say that. But this younger fellow approaching right now, he did not use the loophole to get into heaven.
Hey there, Dutch. Is that Papa Dough Kitchen on the line in the phone? I need to change my order of crawdads for the party up here. It seems as though Mr. Eric Wright wants a bigger pound of crawdads.
No, Louis. It isn't the silly gumbo kitchen Papa Dough. Sorry, I struggle with the name sometimes. Hey, get away from me, Louis. I'm talking to Walter Mann.
Hello, Papa Dough Kitchen. I need to change my order for the Having Black History Month beer pong tournament, and I'm gonna whistle while I wake. I need about 50 kilos of crawdads, you understand what I mean? 50 kilos of what we like to call in the South crawdads. But you know what I mean by crawdads, right? Yeah?
Sorry, Mr. Armstrong, this is not Papa Dough's kitchen. This is Minnesota Public Radio. But I would like to ask, what's Black History Month like up there in heaven?
Hey, you trying to keep me on the phone long enough to get a location to where I am from a wiretap on this phone? I bet you do, but don't worry, that won't work on me, cause I don't live on your wonderful world.
Okay, Louis, give me back that phone. Hey, sorry about that. About Mr. Armstrong, he's a pretty private individual. He likes to keep to himself. Well, I apologize for this, Mr. Mondale, but the beer pong game's about to start, and it looks like Ulysses S. Grant is getting kind of angry over there with his cigar. So I'm gonna have to go. I hope you enjoyed me kicking your ass in that election, and I can't wait to see you when you get up here, buddy. Have a good day. Bye.
Wait, Dutch, hey, Dutch, is that Jesus Christ on the phone there, Dutch? I might need the phone.
Oh, well, sure, Jimmy. Please grab the phone. Hey, Walter, enjoyed talking to Jimmy Stewart, sucker. See ya.
Mr. President, I am not Walter. Wait, Mr. President, I have one more question for you. Oh, shoot.
Hey, Jesus, is that you? Listen, I'm sorry about what I did. I just want to live again. Please, just let me live again, Jesus. I just want to live again.
I am terribly sorry, Jimmy. I am not Jesus. My name is Libtard McDouche, and I am a DJ at the Minnesota Public Radio Station. Just celebrating Founders Day today.
Oh, well, is that you, Potter? You know what, Potter? You're a little bitch. That's right, you're a little bitch, and you probably like to suck.
Whoa. Okay, that is enough time for today's show. I'm gonna have to cut this off immediately. I'll hang up the phone here. But join us next time for the Valentine's Day special with Professor William Chomsky from Gustavus Adolphus, though you probably still won't give a damn.